Hello, loves. This is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com, back with Chronic Wellness. Thank you for joining me. I'm continuing to talk about being 1 year into coronavirus. And I think it's fascinating to speculate on how the world will look at the end of this pandemic, from workstations and how much working from home will continue to be allowed after so many people have worked at home, to public transportation, to just how frequently people will keep washing their hands or not shaking hands. I just wonder, it feels like the water has been parted right now. Whether the water will stay parted or just as quickly as it parted, we'll see it seam back closed. And, I think the answer is probably some amount of a variety of different things. Just like on 9/11, the way we saw airports change. It's hard to predict which of those things will remain constant after we return to some sort of normalcy. And I was talking with my therapist last week about the ways in which the world will begin to open back up. And I was having some grief. I recognize that the pace of coronavirus over the last year in my life has meant that I've been even more restricted and slowed down than usual. Other than doctor's appointments, I haven't left my home. I haven't left my home in a year. And while it has been a challenging health year with 3 different surgeries and a number of unexpected health events, that's atypical for me to just never have left my home. And so now, as I contemplate what will be possible after I get fully vaccinated, I mean to have the boundaries of my world extend a little bit further. And I'm a little bit nervous about what that means and about how careful and seriously other people are taking this. And also, of course, acknowledging that this time of being cloistered at home, me and my wife, is about to draw to an end, as she is about to be able to be out into the world so much more safely than I can. And so just acknowledging the grief in that, and that the conversations that we had to learn how to have early on in this, like, this isn't meant to be offensive, but the way your household quarantines is different than the way mine does. We're gonna keep our distance, or no, we're not gonna have that holiday meal together, or some of those hard conversations that we've been addressing with one another, I think are going to be dusted up again as we hit this time where some people are vaccinated and some are not, and some people believe that the vaccine protects you in all ways against all variants, and for an indefinable amount of time, and others who see the shot as prophylaxis but not necessarily 100% preventative, and who wants to keep their masks on and who never wanted to have them on to begin with. And so just acknowledging that even as we are seeming to pull out of what has been just a downward spiral of hardship, disease, death, and loss, it's not over. And to use an analogy I recently heard, on mile 25 of the marathon is not the time to take off your shoes. It's the time to keep them on and hydrate and keep running. So I guess in the marathon of this pandemic, I don't want all of this good prophylaxis and protection and care to be for naught by just throwing caution to the wind. And once I am fully vaccinated, I also don't want to pretend like nothing has changed. So finding ways to strike that balance. How about you? What are the conversations you're having? What are the ways in which your world has opened up or you expect it will? Or what are the things you're afraid about? The ways in which you're certain you're not ready to move back out into the world? I'm eager to hear from you. So please leave me a comment or a question. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope that in the midst of this and all other things happening in your body, that not just tending to your basic needs like your food, your water, your rest, you are finding ways to tend to your spirit and seeking ways to be well.